Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Have you ever heard of Gaius in the Bible? Well, me neither. A radio preacher mentioned him, so I looked him up. He's only mentioned in 3 John. In fact, the Apostle John wrote 3 John to him as a letter. Gaius isn't someone that a book would be written about. In fact, there's not a whole lot about him. But Gaius is a jewel in God's treasure box for sure. He didn't travel all over planting churches and get in prison like Paul. He didn't pastor a church like Timothy. He didn't get exiled and see visions like John. He didn't preach sermons that brought in thousands like Peter. He was just Gaius. Let's read what John said about him in 3 John 3-6. He says, "It gave me great joy to have some of our brothers come and tell about your faithfulness to the truth and how you continue to walk in the truth. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children are walking in the truth." Dear friend, you are faithful in what you are doing for the brothers, even though they are strangers to you. They have told the church about your love. You will do well to send them on their way in a manner worthy of God. Gaius had a reputation for integrity. He put his beliefs into action. It says he walked in truth. Like Jesus said to his disciple Nathanael when they first met, "You are an Israelite in whom there is no guile, no pretense. You're genuine, consistent. What you see is what you get." And other people noticed. They praised Gaius to John. Apparently, Gaius had the spiritual gift of hospitality, welcoming others in his home and ministering to their needs. John specified that Gaius had been hosting itinerant evangelists and prophets as they traveled, supporting people who were on the front lines, so to speak. John said Gaius would host them, whether he knew them personally or not. Usually, they would travel with a letter of introduction from another church or person. So Gaius would say, "Oh, any brother of John is a brother of mine. Come stay with me. I'll take care of all the details." What a blessing he must have been to these missionaries. He didn't just provide room and board either. He did it with love. John didn't give any details about that, but Gaius's love was so evident that people couldn't stop talking about it. Jesus said to love your neighbor as yourself, and Gaius was living this out. Remember, 1 Corinthians 13 says anything done without love is useless. But with love, well, that's what God uses to change the world. Gaius had been taught by John, and from 1 John we know how important he considered love. He said, "But if anyone has the world's goods and see his brothers in need, yet closes his heart against them, how does God's love abide in him? Little children, let us not love in word or talk, but in deed and in truth. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and whoever loves has been born of God and knows God." John could have written, "Love like my friend Gaius." Some of you might think, well, what's the big deal about having someone over for dinner, or letting someone spend the night, or opening our home for a meeting? What's the big deal about hospitality? To God, hospitality is not trivial. It's love in action. And God can use it in a big way. Besides exercising hospitality, what else can we learn from Gaius? Well, whatever you do, do it faithfully and with excellence, not half-heartedly. As it says here, do it in a manner worthy of God. And use your resources in a godly way. Gaius didn't go out and preach and teach, but he was a light right where he was with what God had given him. How can you be a light where you are? What has God given you opportunity to do with love and excellence for His kingdom?
As always, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to share a treasure, support this ministry, or get Carla to speak at an event, please contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening and have a great day.